Hello and welcome to today's lesson, which is on mean, median, mode and range. So, it wouldn't be an averages lesson without starting off with the averages song. So, true to form, I will sing the song. Here it is. It goes, hey diddle diddle, the median's in the middle. You add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one which is the most, and the range is the difference between. Didn't really sing that then, did I? I might try again. So, hey diddle diddle, the median's in the middle. You add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one which is the most, and the range is the difference between. So, now I've made a fool of myself. I'd probably suggest you get that down in your notes, because you'd be surprised how many pupils and how many kids come out of the GCSE or come out of an exam and say, "Sir, I was singing the averages song in my head." So it is one worth remembering. Okay, so let's have a little look at these then. So, well. The first one says, find the mean of the following numbers. So, hey diddle diddle, the median's in the middle. You add and divide for the mean. So that means I need to add all of these together and divide by the amount that there are. So in this case, it's going to be 5 plus 8 plus 14 plus 15 plus 20 plus 34, all divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All divided by 6. Which is equal to, so we do this on our calculator. So the best way to do this is to use the fraction button here. Now there is a reason for that, because if I go 5 plus 8 plus 14 plus 15 plus 20 plus 34 divided by 6, notice when it does that, what the calculator does, it just does that last little part. It does 34 divided by 6. So what we want to make sure is that we're using the fraction button, so we're dividing all of this by 6. So it's 5 plus 8 plus 14 plus 15 plus 20 plus 34, all divided by 6, which is equal to 16 in this case. Okay, so that first one is 16. Super. So have a little go at this one yourself on the left. So where are we? So pause now and have a little go at that one. Okay, so let's have a little go at it together. So again, hey diddle diddle, the median's in the middle. You add and divide for the mean. Okay, so the mean for this, you need to add them together. So it's going to be 10 plus 10.1 plus 10.2 plus 10.3 plus 10.4. All divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Super. So that's equal to, let's figure that out, 10, remember fraction button first, 10 plus 10.1 plus 10.2 plus 10.3 plus 10.4, all divided by 5 is equal to 10.2. Brilliant. So that's the mean. Let's have a look. Let's just check our answers first, actually. So 16 and 10.2. Brilliant. So let's have a look at the next question. So the next question says, find the median of the set of data below. So with the median, we're doing a little bit different now. So hey diddle diddle, the median's in the middle. Now, with the median, there's one thing that I think it's always worth noting. That's not in the nursery rhyme, and that is the fact that you need to put them in order. Now, luckily, both of these are already in order. So let's have a look. So we've got 7, 9, 9, 10, 13, 14, and 15. So there's a few different ways you can find out the middle one. You can either count how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if there's 7, you can have 3 either side with the one in the middle being 4. So the best way to do it is to add 1 to the total and divide by 2. So 7 plus 1 is equal to 8. Divided by 2 will be my 4th value. Or you can do the cross-off method. So you cross off the first and last, second and second to last, third and third to last, and you'll see the middle number there is 10. So that middle number is our median, which in this case is equal to 10. So hey diddle diddle, the median's in the middle. Okay, so pause now and have a little go at this one on the right hand side. So pause now and have a little go at that. Now I'm hoping with this you noticed a little something. So let's just get them down first of all. They are already in order. So 13, 20, 25, 26, 29 and 30. So when I cross them off, it's going to be first and last, second and second last. Now, the problem I've got here is that there's 2 in the middle. Okay, so when there's 2 in the middle, we need to find out what's in the middle of both of these. Now, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either just look at it, so what's in between 25 and 26, but sometimes that can be a little trickier. So if you're not sure what's in between 25 and 26, then you add the 2 middle numbers together and divide by 2. So you're basically finding the mean of the middle 2 numbers, but you're trying to find out what's in the middle of these. So 25 plus 26 divided by 2, 25 plus 26 divided by 2 is equal to 20. I mean, you probably could have seen that anyway. So the median in this case, the median is equal to 25.5, which is halfway between 25 and 26. Super. So let's just check those answers. We had a look at 10 and 25.5. Brilliant. So let's have a look now at this one. So hey diddle diddle, the median's in the middle. You add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one which is the most. Okay, so the mode is the most common. So this is the one that appears the most. So if we look at these numbers, we've got, what example is this? This is example 4. Do remember to make sure you're getting these down in your notes, because remember, the only way to learn maths is to do it. So we've got 3, 9, 3, 12, 9, 5, 3, and 10. So which number here occurs the most? Well, I've got 2 9s. I've got 1, 2, 3 3s. So in which case, my mode is equal to 3. Super. Brilliant. So hey diddle diddle, the median's in the middle, you add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one which is the most. So pause now. Again, there's a little trick in this next one, but do pause and have a see if you can work out what the mode is in this next one. Okay, what did you spot with that? So let's have a little look. So I've got 7, 9, 9, 10, 7, 3, 9, 4, 7, and 4. So let's have a little look. We've got, how many 9s have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3 9s. We've got a couple of 4s, but there's only 2, so that's not the most. But notice we also have 1, 2, 3 7s. So we've got the same amount of the maximum number. Okay, which means that the mode is actually 2 things. So we'd write it like this. The mode is equal to 7 and 9. Okay, we've got 2 modes. So 2 most common numbers, which are 7 and 9. Brilliant. Let's just check those answers. 3 and 7 and 9, absolutely super. So, on to the last little one. Let's have a little look. So, hey diddle diddle, the median's in the middle. You add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one which is the most, and the range is the difference between, okay? So what do I mean by the difference between? Well, the range is the biggest take away the smallest. So if we're looking at this one here is example...
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
Sorry, Google. So this one here is example 7. Example 7. Do make sure you're getting these down. So I've got 3, 9, 3, 12, 9, 5, 3, and 10. So the range is the biggest take away the smallest. So what's the biggest in this case? Well, the biggest in this case is 12. Take away the smallest, which in this case is 3. So my range is the measure of spread. Okay, so 12 take away 3, which is equal to 9. Okay, so pause now and have a little go at that one on the right. Notice that it says 2 marks, which means this has come up on a past paper. Okay, so pause now and have a little go at that. So let's have a little look at it together. So we've got 12, 15, 14, 17, 22, 19, and 13. So we're working out the range in the list of numbers, which is the biggest, which in this case is 22. Take away the smallest, which in this case is 12. 22 take away 12, which is equal to 10. Perfect. Super. So we've got the range there for those ones. So we've done all of them now, haven't we? A diddle diddle, the median's in the middle. You add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one which is the most, and the range is the difference between. So the biggest take away the smallest. So you should know how to do all of those, so make sure you're having a good practice of those. 9 and 10, super. Now this is another type of question that comes up all the time with this one. And it says the mean of the numbers on the cards below is 11. Okay, work out the value of x. Now usually you add and divide to work out the mean, but when we know what the mean is, what we need to work out is the total. Okay, so if we know the mean and amount of numbers, we find the total. This is really important. If we know the amount of numbers, if we know the mean and the amount of numbers, then we find the total. Okay, so to find the total, usually you'd add the numbers together and divide by the amount there are. But if we know that the mean is 11, that means on average each one of these cards is 11. So to work out the total, now this is the important bit, the total is equal to your mean times by your amount of numbers. Your mean times by your amount of numbers. So the total in this case, if we look at this question here, do make sure you're getting it down. So if I know what the mean is, and it says the mean of all the cards is 11, and there's 4 cards in total, so 3, x, 12, and 20. So times by the amount of numbers, which is 4. So I know that these should total to 44. That's what I've just worked out. I know that these 4 numbers should total to 44. So if I then want to work out what x is, I need to take away those 3 numbers. Now this is the key part here. To work out your total, you do your mean times by the amount of numbers. So your mean, in this case is 11, times by the amount of numbers, which in this case is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 numbers in this, which will give you the total. So I know that all of these add up to 44. So to work out what x is, I need to do, let's just make that a bit clearer for you. 44, take away all of these numbers. So take away 3 plus 12 plus 20. Let's work that out. 3 plus 12 plus 20 is 35. 44, take away that answer is equal to 9. Which means that x, make it clear so you can see it, which means that x is equal to 9. Now you can check that if you want, and the way that we check that is we do 3 plus 9 plus 12 plus 20 divided by 4. In fact, I am going to do that actually just to show you. So 3 plus 9 plus 12 plus 20 is equal to 44. Divided by 4 is equal to 11. So then my mean is 11. Brilliant. So remember, this is the key part here. If you're working backwards to find out a missing value, you've got to work out the total. And you do that by doing the mean times by the amount of numbers. Okay, so pause now and have a little go at that one on the right. So pause now and have a little go at this one on the right. Okay, so let's have a go at this one together then. So the mean of the numbers on the cards below is 10. Work out the value of x. So we know that the mean is equal to 10. And there are how many in this? So there are 4 cards, are there? Yes, so 4 cards. So in which case, the total is equal to 10 times by 4, which is equal to 40. Super. Okay, so if we know that these sum to 40, and you know there's 3 there that I already know, which are 10, 11 and 15, it's going to be 40 take away 10 plus 11 plus 15. Let's work that out. 10 plus 11 plus 15. So 40 minus that answer is equal to 4, which means that x must be equal to 4. Brilliant. Super. So let's just check both those answers. 9 and 4, absolutely super. Brilliant. So one more question. So I have 4 numbers. The mode is 6. The median is equal to 5. And the mean is 3. What are the 4 numbers? So this one here is where it starts to get a little bit tricky. Okay. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at combining all of these but working backwards. Alright? So when we're dealing with these, the first thing you've got to do is you've got to work out, again, very similar to the mean, the total of here. So what do I know? I know that there's 4 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I know that the mode is 6. So actually I know that the most common number is 6. So 6 needs to appear the most common. So it might even be worth, just kind of to start off, putting in 6 in most common. So 6, let's put that twice in there. Let's assume that it's 6. I know that the median is equal to 5. So if I know that the median is equal to 5, I know that these 2 numbers here in the middle need to sum together to make double that. Okay, we're working backwards here. So this here, remember we added these together and divided by 2. So if we want to work backwards, we need to times our median by 2 and see what they add to, see what they sum to. So 5 times by 2 is equal to 10. So these 2 numbers here need to sum to 10. Okay? So these 2 numbers here need to sum to 10, which means that this one here must be 4. Okay? So 6, 6 and 4. So I know, that makes sense, just think about it, because 6 plus 4 is 10, divided by 2 means that 5 would be in the middle of both of these, okay? Now I need to work out this last number, okay? Now my last number is when I use the mean. Now remember, if I know what the mean is, you always work out the total. So my total would be equal to my mean, which in this case is 3, times by my amount of number, which is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 times by 4, which is equal to 3 times 4, which is equal to 12. Okay, so that's equal to 12. So in which case, if these need to sum to 12, I need all of these. Now this is actually a little bit tricky because this means I need to have a negative number because already these here sum to 12, they sum to 16. So I need to take away something from 16 because these ones here sum to 16. So to make 12, this one here must be equal to minus 4. Okay? Now that's quite tricky. 6, 6, 4 and minus 4. Okay? That is right though. Okay, let me just make that really, really clear. So we knew that the mode had to be 6. So my most common number had to be 6. Okay? I knew that my middle number here had to be 5. Okay? And because there's 2 in the middle, and that means that they need to total to 10. So these 2 here need to total to 10 to make that middle number 5. I then had to work out the total of what these sum to, which was my mean times by the amount of numbers. So 3 times by 4, which is 12. So because these already sum to 16 and I want them all to total to 12, I need to add minus 4, which is going to give me 12. Now, if I was to do this, I'd probably put them in order just to check. So minus 4, 4, 6, and 6. So let's just make sure I can check that. So my median is equal to 5. 4 plus 6 is 10 divided by 2 is 5. My mode is equal to 6, which is my most common number. And then my mean is all of them added together divided by the amount. So minus 4 plus 6 plus 6 is equal to 24. Oops, let's just make sure that's right. I put minus the answer, sorry. So minus 4 plus 4 plus 6 plus 6 is equal to 12. Divided by 4 is equal to 3, which is exactly what I want. So this negative number makes this a little bit trickier. But again, these do come up, okay? So it's worth practicing this. It's definitely worth getting this one down in your notes. Okay, so have a little go at this one on the right-hand side. So pause now and have a little go at that one on the right. Okay, so let's have a little go at this one together. So we've got 4 numbers again. So let's draw the 4 boxes like I did last time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. Okay, my mode is equal to 4. So my most common number is 4. So let's put 4 in at least 2. Okay. My median is equal to 5. So the median is actually the same as last time, which means that these middle 2 numbers, because there's no middle number, the middle 2 numbers must sum to double the median. So these must sum to 10, which means that this one here must be equal to 6, because 4 plus 6 is 10, divided by 2 means that what's in the middle of those two, I suppose that makes sense, the middle of those two is 5, which means I'd have a middle value, a median of 5. Brilliant. And then the last part says, and a mean of 6. So remember, when I'm dealing with the mean and I've got missing values, I'm working out the total. So my total is equal to the amount of numbers times by the mean. So that my mean is 6 times by the amount of numbers, which in this case is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6 times by 4. 6 times by 4 is equal to 24. So I know that all of these numbers sum to 24. So I do 24 minus 4 plus 4 plus 6. So 4 plus 4 plus 6 is equal to 14. 24, take away that answer, is equal to 10. So this last number needs to be 10, so I can make a total of 24. Those last couple of questions are tricky, okay? So do make sure you take your time with them, alright? So, let's just check. Minus 4, 4, 6 and 6. 4, 4, 6 and 10. Absolutely perfect, brilliant. So let's have a little go at some of these now. So pause now and have a little go at these questions. So pause now and have a little go at those. Super. So I'm going to pop the answers up, so mark those in green for me. Mark those in green. Brilliant, so thank you for watching this lesson on mean, median, mode and range. Do remember the song, Hey Diddle Diddle, the median's in the middle. You add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one which is the most, and the range is the bit difference between. So do make sure you're having a go at these questions. Remember, the only way to learn maths is to do it, and have a lovely day.